And joining on the line, great to be talking to her again, we've got Michelle Cashman. G'day, Michelle. How are you today?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you.
You must be excited. Your new song, it's out and it's doing rather well. I see it's at number 2. So who's at number 1 and who we got to do something about him? Let's go after him.
I think we've just got to poison Keith Urban.
I was hoping it wasn't him. I'd hope it'd be someone else, but yeah.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
It's not too bad to be trumped by him. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'd be feeling pretty comfortable about that too. So if he's at number 1 and I'm at number 2, I could live with that. I really could, because you know what sort of a talent he is. Yeah,
that's right. It's just a pleasure to be amongst that sort of company.
Now, Michelle, listening to your new song, it's called "Praying for Rain," and I love the vocals on it. Absolutely love the vocals, and I'm just wondering. The vocals on now you did the acoustic version and then you've gone in and you've done this produced version with the help of Shane Nicholson. And is it just me, but I kind of sense that Shane got more out of you in the vocals?
Well, that we got a few takes with that one. The acoustic version was a lot of one-take hits. We were doing some videos, and so we sort of, as long as we got a good hit for the video, we just kept going.
Yeah. So
I had the opportunity working with the radio single to, you know, keep going until we got that, like, right. I wasn't doing 10 tracks in one day. I was just doing the one. So definitely a different approach.
Well, yeah, because the vocals just absolutely amazing. I just, loved it. Just loved the vocals. And it just made me feel that when you were working with Shane, because you'd never worked with him before, that you were getting something out of him, because he is a bit of a master in the studio of getting people to give more than they think they have. So I think you're well suited to work with him. Yeah,
I was definitely really happy with the outcome. I couldn't be more happy with the result. So
as you should be.
Yeah.
And now the song, it does come from a bit of a sad place as well. So firstly, are you all okay with the breakup that you went through as you were writing this? Are you okay? You've come through the other side?
Yeah, I'm definitely through the other side. I think it's actually been 18 months now, roughly, since the split. And, you know, it was amicable enough that as soon as it was, hitting radio and I got the sort of chart position and stuff, you know, my ex-husband was the first person that I rang to let him know. He's been a big part of the song, and he's extraordinarily proud of my work. So, I really, as far as breakups go, I really couldn't ask for a better outcome. I mean, obviously, still together might have been a good outcome, but, you know, if that's not what you get, this is a pretty good second spot.
But if you'd still been together, you might not have written the song as well.
I definitely wouldn't have.
Yep. It's amazing how life does inspire us to write these songs and work through them. And what's been the reaction from people? Because me listening to it, I kind of feel that if I was I was going through something similar, it would be a song that I could lean on from time to time.
I haven't had enough feedback from people yet to know how it's impacting others.
Yep.
I know that it's, you know, from what I've got, people love the song, and that's about as far as it's got. For me, I can only speak from personal experience. For me, it got a lot of that struggle that I had internally out. And I think, you know, for me, songwriting is always that mentality is like better out than in. So,
what about the process of writing it? Because you've gone from guitar to piano, I understand. And what was that process like, and how did it help with the song?
Oh, so I had a half an hour spot to do a songwriting session with Melody Moko when I was at Academy. And we sort of just went as fast as we could. I basically spat out every feeling that I'd had, and we nutted through some of those metaphors around actual, you know, the bushfires and the drought which were happening at the time as well. And we got just sort of stuck at one point, and I'm like, where is this going to go? I think it might have been just one particular part of the song. Where is this? And so I just put my guitar down and went, and there was a piano in the room, and I went and played it on piano, and we found a new sort of direction. I can't remember the exact spot, but it just helped. You know, sometimes having more than one instrument up your sleeve really does help unlock something, because you get a different vibe from each instrument when you're playing. So then we went back to guitar once we had that. So
cool. I love you mentioned the lyrics there. I love the imagery with some of the lyrics too, like smell it like the perfume in the air, and the cracks appearing. Even weeds ain't growing around here. I mean that you can straight away identify with what's going on and about the drought side of the song, apart from the other aspects. But you can identify it so quickly.
Yeah, I guess it's because it's exactly how I felt. It was just a metaphor for exactly how I felt.
How much time do you usually spend on lyrics? Because you're telling me this was done in 30 minutes, but what do you normally spend on a song?
It is so varied. I can, sometimes a song will kind of land in my lap. I will just start and go, like, from beginning to end in 20 minutes. It's almost like I'm just the vessel that the song flowed through. Other times, it's kind of like pulling teeth, you start and you stop and you start again and you wrestle with it. And so each song has always had its own, I guess, timeline, and sometimes I can have something to do with that. Other times I've just got to let it go and come back to it. So there really isn't a specific, it's just the luck of the draw, or, when that specific song wants to come out, I suppose.
I spoke to an artist once who said they got inspiration, as he called it, that came to him while he was in St. Paul's Cathedral during a service. So, when it wants to come through, it does want to come through. What can you do? You just
make sure that you go with it. I've always got something to, like, either take notes, or even if sometimes it's just one line that comes and I need to instantaneously get out a voice memo and record that one line.
Yep.
Nothing else might come for a while, but I can come back to that line and finish the song.
Well, the song is out at the moment, Michelle. So what are you got doing? You're doing some shows to perform the song. You've got other things coming up with you. What's the plan over the next few months?
Well, I have I'm doing Facebook Lives twice a week at the moment, and basically that's the main sort of thing that I'm doing, and I'm writing a song a week at the moment as well amongst that. And just trying to, I guess, build my fan base, because a lot of people don't even, nobody knows who I am. So putting together shows to people who really haven't heard of me or heard of my music makes it a difficult prospect. So at the moment, I'm just trying to build my fan base online so that when I do have shows, that there are people that can come to them.
Well, that's one way of doing it, and doing those Facebook Live shows, I think they work wonders, and we can see you, and then when we want to really get to see you and in the flesh, we can do that as well. So hopefully all that goes well, and you're getting yourself out there. And the thing is, Michelle, I know you, so that's good enough at the moment, because I can tell anyone.
That's awesome. These are the things. These are why you do things, because the more people know, the more people can hear your music. So I'm really lucky to have a few people that do and are happy to help promote my work.
You said you're writing a song a week. Is that a challenge to yourself, or you're just doing it? Okay. And
a 52 a year challenge. I have patrons. So my challenge was to write and record an acoustic version of a song a week, and my patrons get a copy of each of those songs. And then together we vote on the ones that will become radio singles, and we vote on the ones that will become part of the next acoustic album. So it gives them a reason to be a patron, because not everyone, general public and stuff, won't receive all of these songs. But, so I guess it's that behind the scenes look at, I guess proof that I'm bloody working really hard,
Yeah. And that is a hell of a challenge. 52 songs, and have you struggled for some weeks, and other weeks it's you could write 10 and.
It depends on what's on my schedule. Like this week has definitely been a struggle with the release and filming a film clip and all of the other things that I've kind of got going on. It doesn't leave much time. I'm pretty time poor to begin with, but that's all right. Having patrons has really made me go, hang on a second, people are paying for me to create this content. My number one job is to make sure that content is created. And so to that end, it's helping me to stay on task as a songwriter.
Well, I'm just looking at your website now, michellcashman.com, and I can see the Become a Patron link in the right-hand corner there. If we want to know how to do that and support you, we can certainly click on that and get more information and become a patron. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for checking that out.
It's right in front of me, and I just also like where you've got here, as I scroll up, you're a songwriter and storyteller, and I just want to keep encouraging you to keep doing these stories that you keep telling us. And when you're doing your stories, just one last thing I want to ask, I can tell that it's a lot of it's personal. Is there a line you don't go over? Is there a point where you cannot go past when you're becoming this personal with a song?
I try, I make sure that my stories are my stories. I don't want to encroach on, sometimes my stories will be the stories of those in my life as well, because of the way, the nature of there's always two sides to a story. And I just try to not create anything that is going to be awful for someone else, and be respectful with the way that I do that. Like I said, this song's pretty close for me, and it's also, I guess, part of my ex-husband's story as well, and knowing that he's okay with that and supports that as well is really important as well. Yeah. I try not to tell other people's stories too much and make sure that it's my story, so that I have that ability to stay really authentic to the truth in that story. I think that's probably the closest thing. And then other times when I have written, and it's, I guess, there's been little bits and pieces of other people's stories inside songs, I've tried to use that creative license to make sure that it can't be traced to go, oh, this happened to Michelle's, sister or whatever, because I don't think that's a fair thing. I live a lot of my story in a public way, but that's not the choice of other people, and I don't want to make that choice for them. I don't think it's fair,
Yep, totally understand. Thank you for answering that. That was a good answer too. I enjoyed that. Well, Michelle, your new song, it is called Praying for Rain. It is out at the moment. I love the way it just builds and your vocals in it from go to woe. It is a good little song.
You.
It's number 2, so we wanted to knock off Keith, so we've got to do all we can. Folks, check out this song. Michelle, thank you so much for spending time with us. Good luck with the clip. I'm looking forward to checking that out. And if you could please introduce your song for all the Flow listeners.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Michelle Cashman. This is my brand new single, Praying for Rain.
I'm always on the other side of a dusty window pane, where everything's so dry. It's like it's always been that way. Even just the perfume, if I could smell it in the air, would I sell my soul and chase it, when I know there's nothing there? 'Cause I don't need thunder, I'm not asking for stars, just a million little raindrops, maybe then a million more. When the whole world is on fire, all this sunshine goes to waste. If you wanna come and find me, I'll be praying for rain. Everything's so barren, see the cracks start to appear. It's not about the flowers, even weeds ain't growing here. What a gift to dance in showers, feel it on my skin. Yeah, I'd sell my soul and chase that, if I knew that it was real. 'Cause I don't need thunder, then a million more. When the whole world is on fire, all this sunshine goes to waste. If you wanna come and find me, I'll be praying, 'cause I don't need thunder. I'm not asking for stars, just a million little raindrops, maybe then a million more. When the whole world is on fire, all the sunshine goes to waste. If you wanna come and find me, I'll be praying.